Here's how you start an Amazon FBA business in 2023. If you're like most of us, you want to break free from the 9 to 5. If you choose Amazon FBA, where do you start? So the first thing you need is an Amazon seller account. If you go to sell.amazon.com, it's free. You can sign up for a seller account. All of a sudden, you're in the game. So what else do you need? You can't just open up a seller account and expect to make money. So what else you need is a product research software, basically a tool that's going to help guide you to what products you should be looking at and how these products are selling on the active Amazon market. So if you are in private label, which means basically developing your own products, working with manufacturers to bring in products under your own brand, we really recommend a software called Helium 10. And Helium 10 has access to every Amazon listings revenue. It also has access to every Amazon keywords monthly search volume. So basically right there, you can determine what searches, what markets, what categories are in high demand, are getting a ton of revenue, and then have low competition. If you're doing what's called online arbitrage or reselling other brands, you want softwares like SellerAmp, BuyBot Pro, or these types of tools, which essentially determine how many sellers are on a buy box on Amazon, because multiple sellers and brands can sell under one listing, and then how quickly that buy box turns over and where it ranks from a bestseller rank perspective. And so seller account, that's an Amazon platform. Then you want a third-party software. And then what else you want from a business standpoint is an LLC, or something to protect yourself and put a level of protection between yourself as an individual and the customer.
Yeah.
What we always recommend is doing this in a non-income tax generating state. So Texas, Florida, Nevada. In terms of business privacy, Wyoming's a good one, Delaware. You can do this in the state you're in. It doesn't make a huge difference, but you eventually want an LLC once you hit a certain sales mark on Amazon. Ryan, I know you're starting all kinds of brands in 2022, going into 2023. What would you add to this catalog of tools you need to start?
Yeah, so I think you've pretty much hit the nail on the head in terms of the tools that we need and the tools that we have at our disposal. But just to touch back on the arbitrage and the private label side of things, I think we always have people come to us and they want to do PL and they're stuck between PL and arbitrage. So I'd say it, for me, depends on the amount of capital you have to invest. So to start arbitrage, you can start with as little as $300 to $500. So that might be a good method for you to start with if you're looking to start in 2023 and build your cash flow. I personally built my cash flow in arbitrage, online arbitrage and retail arbitrage, and then use those profits to bankroll my first private label product. So that could be the method if you're sitting on, not too much capital to work with. But if you have got, $4,000 to $6,000 and you know that you want to create your own business, create your own brand, then private label is for you. So I think at first, if you're at that fork in the road and you're thinking arbitrage or private label, personally, I think it boils down to the capital. So decide which route you want to take based on the capital that you have. You don't want to start a PL brand, with say $3,000, because then you won't have enough money for ads, and you might have to skimp on, your high quality photography, your listing creation, your graphic design, 3D rendering, etc. So you want to make sure you have the right amount of capital for whichever method to sell on Amazon you want. Really, if we're talking on the PL side, this is FBA University. We talk mainly on private label because that's what we do currently. In terms of the brands I'm looking at, really what you need to get down in 2023 is your product research. So you need to understand what makes a good product. So knowing your product research and knowing how to go about it is really what you want to be aiming for. I see a lot of people getting into this space where they don't really know their product research, they don't really know how to validate a good product, and they end up launching the wrong products, which don't only cost them money, but also cost them a bunch of time. So when you're looking at getting started in Amazon FBA, understand your plan of action. Do you want to create launch products that do well, or do you want to create a brand around products as well? People normally go off in two different tangents. So they either think, okay, I just want to launch profitable products in the beginning, find out what works really well, and just make a bunch of money, and then decide which route I want to take with the brand. Or from the offset, have you got an idea in your head that you think, hey, I want to create a beauty brand, or, hey, I want to create a brand around baby products, and you know from the jump where you're trying to go? I think the clearer you are about your mission and kind of where you want to go, the better, and the better results you'll get from your Amazon business. So knowing that off the jump is great. I think as well, getting a handle on the fees involved, right? So just before you start Amazon, you want to be understanding the different fees that we have. So you've got the referral fee, you've got the FBA fee on the Amazon side. If you're shipping private label products in, you want to be aware of the freight fees as well and how those change. You want to understand the different size tiers on Amazon. So, we've got the small standard size, large standard size, and small oversize. Those are going to be really the three categories. At the moment with some of the products I'm launching, I'm looking at small oversized products and getting them down to the large standard size, because I save a bunch on the FBA fees, but I can still charge the small oversized price. So you want to have a handle on the fees as well and understand that. And really, the more homework you can do and the better prepared you are, the quicker you can hit the ground running, find that first product, get launched on Amazon, and scale that brand and scale that business. So Mike, I think you covered the software and the tools that you need. The other thing I'd probably add to that is, just the mindset that you need to start an Amazon business. If you do want to get started in 2023, a lot's changed on Amazon. If we look at it from 5 years ago, you really do need to have a handle on what you're doing. You need to understand PPC. You need to understand how to launch and rank your product. Things like giveaways you can't do anymore. So you really have to have a defined strategy to launch your product and get sales, push the algorithm, and artificially promote yourself so that you launch successfully, rank successfully, and cement your place on page one so that you can make sales going forward. But my man, that's all I'd add, to be honest. I think you covered a lot of it, and I think in 2023, people just need to take that step and get started on the Amazon platform.
This video is sponsored by Amazon FBA University Accelerator 2.0 program, the #1 spot for private label one-to-one mentorship. Our 12-month program will ensure that you launch a minimum of 3 private label products, and we'll scale you all the way to 6 figures plus in revenue within 1 year. What does our course consist of? Unlimited one-to-one calls with myself and Michael, the founders of Amazon FBA University's Accelerator 2.0 program, 14 hours of online teachable lessons, plus weekly Q&As, private Slack access, and monthly sessions with your very own Helium 10 every single month. So guys, if you want to start an Amazon FBA business and get out of the 9 to 5, book a call with us. The link's in the description below. See you there.
Yeah, and basically you did a great job of summarizing what you have to know when you're launching an Amazon business. You have to identify your market. So how do we do that? We do that with product research tools, where we identify the revenue of similar types of products, and then we understand the specific searches that would basically make up your customers. And so once you understand, okay, here's what my customers are looking for, here's what the competition in this category is actually doing, it's a lot easy fluidly to create a business, to create a product that fulfills a need, that differentiates on what's currently on the market. And it's really a pretty simple business. It's just understanding where demand is, filling that with a better version of supply, and then really doing the digital SEO, the photos, videos, and the marketing. And it's all a flywheel, right? But first it goes all the way back to understanding, who am I selling to, what kind of product are people looking for, and how do I fulfill that at a really, really profitable clip, my man.
100%. And like you said, just touching on that simplicity, don't overcomplicate the process. Private label, a lot of people, it has this stigma around it. If Arbitrage far outweighs private label in terms of the number of people that are doing it, a lot more people opt for the Arbitrage because the barrier to entry is lower. There's not a lot of material on private label. I mean, there is a lot of material, but there's not a lot of people that really are talking about it on a ground level. And don't be fooled by private label, and don't think that hey, this is something that's unachievable, or this is only for super experienced private label sellers or experienced Amazon sellers. Anyone can do private label, but you have to have a good knowledge and a good foundation when it comes to what are the core principles that make a good private label business. So don't be put off. It is achievable. You can still find success with private label in 2023, but you just have to be a bit more defined when it comes to what you're looking for and understanding your strategy going forward. I believe everyone stepping into the private label space should have a predefined 2 to 5 year strategy with their brand and their business. You know, are you looking to cash flow? Are you looking to set yourself up for a potential 6 or 7 or even 8-figure exit? You know, decide what you want to do before you jump in, but don't be put off. There's a lot of information out there. And, you know, if you're very succinct and you know what you want to do, and private labels what you want to do, don't be put off, go for it. And in 2023, you can find success. Guys, stay tuned. Look out for the next episode. See you soon.